Hello, Talkin fight fans around the world. Thank you once again for joining us on this very special day where we get to talk about knockouts that we've seen in the past couple of days. Starting, I believe, on Thursday when there were some fights in Puerto Rico. There were some fights on Friday night, mainly featuring the women. And then last night around the world, there was a whack of fights, some which we saw, some which we didn't. But I'll hand it over to you. Mike, what do you think?
I think, happy Sunday. I don't know, I might sound a little hoarse today. I've been yelling at the TV all weekend with all these wonderful boxing matches. You know what? Before we get into the knockouts, let's give a few minutes here and talk about the woman card that was pretty successful, I think. Clarissa Shields, now the two-time or two division undisputed champ. First time in history of boxing, male or female, which was a great accomplishment by her. Let's give a shout out to Danielle Perkins, our girl, man, from Female Friday that we featured. She came through with the decision. That was a great match, actually. I was surprised that her opponent could actually stand up to the punches that she was taking. Man, I'm surprised that wasn't a knockout. We weren't really talking about that being a big knockout, but congrats to the women. It was an amazing event. I give it up to them. The first card, very successful. Hopefully, we'll see them in the future. It was wonderful. All right, let's get into the knockouts, man. Definitely. What a great weekend of knockouts. Unfortunately, there was a bunch of knockouts yesterday that were not televised around the world. A couple in Argentina, some in Germany, some in Mexico. There was a lot of fights postponed due to COVID. But unfortunately, we did not get to see too many knockouts happen yesterday, but we did see a whack of them on Thursday in Puerto Rico, which was great. That card was phenomenal. Graham, you saw the card. I know you know the knockouts that I'm talking about, definitely. One of my favorites has to be it was the what's his name? Brandon Adams and the Boschek fight.
Yeah. Before we go there, though, we got to go to one of the undercards. I think it was Alvarez.
Yes,
who within 2.5 minutes.
The Harold Laguna versus Darwin Alvarez. Yes, what a great fight that was. Over very quick.
Yes,
as quick as it could be, honestly. What a great fight. I don't know. What do you think of that, KO?
So this is kind of like leading me into this little bit of a segment here, how we judge our knockout of the week, because in that instance, it was over pretty darn quick. I mean, and you got to be pretty good, or the other guy's got to be pretty underprepared to be knocked out. Anyway, so I'm going to say, okay, on one hand, we've got a very quick knockout. Does that count for anything? Then there was the other knockout on that particular card, which was devastating to the opponent because it was a body shot, and you rarely see a body shot knockout. That's got to count for something.
Zambrano and Chevrolet. Yes.
Yeah. And then the other knockout, or was it TKO? Anyway, the other knockout.
Honestly, I think they called it a TKO, but from what I saw, that guy was out on the ground.
Yeah, I agree. So
but Boschek or whatever his name is, 18-0, 18 knockouts.
Yes.
That fight, I like that. You know why? Because Zambrano, he never gave up. You know what I mean? And same with Adams. These guys, they never gave up in their fights. Adams, I give it to you, buddy. That was a wicked knockout. Very impressive. Why? Because it shows you're never counted out until the end of the fight. And, this is what I mean, leaving it in the judge's hands. Definitely a mistake on Boschek's fight, a mistake on his part. Realistically, I believe he was just trying to keep his record, untarnished. 18-0, 18 knockouts, Mr. 100%. That's a big thing. So, and it showed that he got a little sloppy in the end there in the closing seconds of the final round. And, he left himself open and ended up with a nice hook right in the face, and he was dropped. And, lost that fight. And that just goes to show you that perseverance, man, and that will, that heart, pays a lot, takes a big part of the fight game as well. Not give it up right to the end. And, you come through with a victory because, honestly, he was losing that card. He was losing that card the whole way. The champ had it. And what did we end up happening here, man? He got sloppy in the last few seconds, took it in the face, and that was it.
The other consideration for our good viewership is the name of the knockout. So we've had the ostrich, we've had the tree.
The tree. we've had to go to bed.
we've had to go to bed. We've had the crumple. But
Yeah.
do we have a name for that that flurry of activity that led to the Adams knockout? I mean, do we have a name for that?
Do we have a name for that knockout? Yeah, turn the other cheek. That was a turn the other cheek knockout.
He delivered a classic turn the other cheek. It was
Yeah,
a fantastic moment
definitely a
of
classic
boxing.
turn the other cheek knockout, man. My God, you know what? The what was going through his head? Honestly, I have no idea, but it looks like he was trying to finish strong, and he wanted to finish him because he wanted to KO him, and unfortunately, he turned the other cheek and it didn't work. So he got knocked. Great. That's up there for our knockout of the week. But I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to give it to. I think we're gonna have to give it to that body shot, man. That's it's very rare.
Chevalier.
Very rare do you ever see a knockout like that. It was great, well executed, well timed, well placed, and it goes to show you that headshots aren't necessarily what ends fights. Beating the body is just as effective, if not more effective. And you know what? What a brilliant knockout! And I think we're gonna have to give it to the Chevalier and Zambro as the knockout of our week. I think. What do you think on those thoughts, Graham?
I would absolutely concur. I thought it was just an incredibly mechanical piece of boxing.
Yes.
The commentators were somewhat calling it, and lo and
Yeah.
behold, he delivered. I mean, boom, the guy was down. He was down. He was gone. He was out.
He was out.
There
was no standing after that.
He wasn't coming up. Is the point? I mean,
No,
he was,
definitely. Definitely. The only place he was going was to the toilet after because he probably pooped a little. I know I pooped a little when I felt it. When I saw that shot, it made me poop. Come on, man.
We were definitely hoping for a knockout though in the Clarissa Shields fight. I mean, I know she was going against a Canadian, and I know Christian was arguing, how could we say that? But you and I were both saying we were hoping for a knockout in that fight.
I was hoping. And you know what? Clarissa Shields, she was hunting. She was hunting for that knockout. What a great performance she put on. I was definitely hoping to see a knockout there. When it just goes to show that DeCare has, she's got that drive and she can stand in the ring, man. And
absolutely.
No wonder she's got the record that she does. Unfortunately, she fell to the judges' decisions. And this is what I'm saying, fight fans who are watching, man. Never leave it up to the judges. Definitively beat their ass. Put them down. Knock them out. Don't leave it in the judges' hands because you know what? You never can trust the judges. The score can be totally favored in the other direction. And if you don't knock them out, you're leaving it up to other people to judge it, man. And that's not the way to do it. You want to win. You want to knock him out, put him down, and there's no controversy. That's the way it's going to be.
So before we jump off this particular broadcast, let me ask you one question then. Should Clarissa Shields go down and wait to face Katie Taylor?
Yeah.
You like that?
Why not? But let's be real. Is the money there? Because if you were watching the fight like I watched, she's not getting offered the money that she deserves. She's been offered to fight Savannah Marshall, and she's turned it down because they only want to offer like $250,000.
Well, here's the way off. If you ask me, you can either take that money and look for bigger production value because the production value of that pay-per-view on Friday night was a little under par.
Considering on Thursday night in Puerto Rico, it was outside, and the production value in Puerto Rican in the Puerto Rican event was much better than what they had going on in Michigan. But
that's what I'm saying. That was ESPN on Thursday night. That was ESPN too. Broadcast.
And it's sad they put together such a crappy production for such a huge night for Clarissa Shields. You know what I mean? Like she's already in the record books for many things. This was her night to set a new record in boxing history, men or female. And the production value just wasn't there, man. I think she kind of got the end of the stick.
Bit of a shame. Yeah. She also might end up fighting Jennifer McCaskill too.
Definitely would love to see that fight. McCaskill, I don't know, man. That's a toughie. But Shields, I don't know what she's got in store, but I hope to see her fighting again this year for sure. It was
Well,
a
if you ask
very
me, I think her managers would be looking for someone who she's able to knock out. I don't
definitely.
think I don't think she'd be able to knock out Kate Taylor.
No,
Even
but
if
that
she,
would be an excellent fight. I would definitely love to see that. Katie Taylor and Clarissa Shields. You know, I'd even like to see him fight at the catch weight if we can't get him down in weight
right,
or whatever. But
yeah.
it'd be interesting to see. Definitely, um, I'm excited. What a great weekend of fights. Honestly, the win was very successful. I know we're going to see it in the future, man. There's going to be more women cards. It was great. You know, and all these fights around the world that we get to see. Fight fans, you know, if you have any knockouts from the week that we haven't mentioned or that you've seen or have access to that we haven't seen, please send them to us, man. Upload them. Tell us some comments. Tell us where to find them. We want to see all the knockouts around the world. We don't want to just bring you the knockouts that everybody knows. We want to bring you the knockouts that happen all over the world. We ain't trying to just find the knockouts in the North American market. We want to know the whole world. We want to know all the continents. We want to see all the knockouts from around the world. So, we want the videos. Send us the videos. Send us the links. We want to see these knockouts. Don't you guys like these knockouts?
Just
That's what we
just
need.
just remember, good viewership. The reason we don't broadcast on Saturday is because we're watching boxing.
That's it. That's it.
because
That's why my
because
voice.
we have
That's why my
25
voice is so hurt right
hours
now.
in a day to do so.
Yeah, man. That's it. Saturdays is all about fight day. Fight day from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Fight, 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 fight.
Proving once again, fighting solves everything. All
Yes, it
right.
does. Yes, it does. Yes, it
All right.
does. Remember, knuckle up.
Thanks very much, Mike. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man. We'll see you tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah,
New
that's
week,
right.
new week, new
New
fighters.
episode of Knuckle Up.
Knuckle up.
Thank you. Have a
Yes.
good
We'll
day.
see you later.